Hi there. Today we're talking about the shtf situation basically. And I've been doing a series of these, but what we're talking about, you're only as good as the last time you practiced or the last time you did it. We're talking about a wide range of subjects, from physically taking care of yourself to physically using weapons and practicing to using a whip. We're talking about people who can use a whip and pop, but it's called practicing it. Practicing is very important in any situation, and that's where we're just talking about the physical aspects of only as good as the last time you did it. Now, I recovered from knee surgery. It takes time, and I did gain a lot of my weight back, but I had physically got to the point, simply going up and down the steps, I couldn't have done it. I was doing this because I physically could not do what I used to do. To look at me now, you wouldn't realize I went caving, I went hiking, I went fossil hunting. I would walk anywhere from 4 to 8 miles a day.
Yeah, you drag us boys with you after time.
Shoot, yeah. We went down creek beds. I was a very outgoing, outdoors, physical type of person when I did things. But like anything else, nature took its course and it slowed me down to the point where I was not able to do it. So I went and got the knee surgery. This is where we talk about couch potato preppers. We talk about people who,
because you read about it, don't mean you know how to do it.
Oh yeah, they're out of shape. They're physically out of shape. You know, I can do this now. You know what? That's a big step for me. This is a step. This is progress. You don't have to be this again. Now, 3 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to put these pants on. I put them back on. And as I work out, build my strength back up, my goal is not to be fatigued again. My goal is to do the best I can with my limits. So you're only as good as the last time you practiced. How many of you out there has actually put a loaded backpack on and walked 5 miles?
Me?
And my son's lived this lifestyle.
Actually, I've hiked all the way across this country. I've done thousands. I probably have, probably underneath my belt, probably within the past 5 or 6 years, anywhere between 30 to 40,000 miles underneath my belt.
The fact, yeah, and that's just it. That when you think about this, in a situation like this, as we get more mature, and as people tend to get comfortable, I hear people say, "Oh, I used to go fishing all the time," but they haven't been in years. So the stuff they've had set in the closet for years, whatever.
But at least they, because they have done it, they have an idea how to do things. And they may have to knock that rust off, but they have done it. Versus somebody, who's watched, say, from Dual Survivor, Cody Lundeen start a fire. Well, I can do that. Well, not necessarily.
It's more to it than it looks easy on TV.
It's really hard. Even Cody, you're just watching Cody a number of times try to start a fire and couldn't even do it. And he's done thousands and thousands and thousands of fires. But it takes a lot of. Some things takes a lot of practice. Some things comes with ease. It all depends on who the person is. But if you've only seen it done, it's a good idea to be able to at least try it out a few times and get a basic idea of what you're doing, as in starting a friction fire. Get a basic idea of how to do it. You may not be able to actually do it yet, but have an idea of how to do it, because eventually you'll get it.
Most people don't, and that's true. The reason we got talking about this mainly, we was like, well, we was up at a store, and I'm not going to say which store, but we was looking at camping stuff and hiking stuff and all this stuff that you can have it. It's good to have it. Do you really need it? Nah.
Yeah, I'm a horrible person to take with or go into someplace like that, because I'm like, junk. You don't need that. Junk. I was like, that's going to run out eventually. Develop skills. Junk.
And that's what we're talking about. You're only as good as the last time you practiced. Have you honestly practiced how to build fire? Have you honestly spent a weekend even out camping? I'm going to tell you, one of the YouTubers that I see, and I check a lot of them out, and they talk on this stuff. They do a lot of talking, and some of them admit that, physically I just can't do so and so like I used to.
You gonna die.
But then ones talk about, well, yeah, I bought this here and I'm trying this out. What do you think of this product? Well,
Junk.
a lot of it is. A lot of it's made from overseas. It's cheaply made. It falls apart. It's very expensive.
Well, you got to think, most things that you're using, you're going to run out of that. Like, for instance, fire starter. All right.
That was those little cube-like
Yeah,
things.
and don't get me wrong. I mean, to have things like that, they'll have, they'll start out with that, but eventually you are going to run out of that. So it's a good idea, like for instance, to have a magnifying glass. No, like today, it's there's no sun out, so to be able to try to start, a solar fire, you're not going to do it. It's all wet and everything, but eventually there will be sun and things will dry out.
Was it that used his pee to help start the fire with?
Oh, that was Dave Canterbury.
That was Dave.
Yeah, that was Dave.
Dave got canned from the show for whatever reasons. He has a lot of good points about things.
He's going to attempt to start a fire using his pee. I thought his pee might have been combustible, like Nightmare on Elm Street.
No,
that dog where that dog peed fire.
But it is the truth. It's as good as the last time you actually did it or tried it. You can still have the basic knowledge of things, basic knowledge on how to hunt, basic knowledge how to fish. The drawback on it, fishing, that's not that big of an issue. Hunting, your eyesight can change. Once the bullets are gone, you're done. You don't have nothing to hunt with.
So you have to learn at least basic snare tricks.
You have to learn basic tricks. And then I keep telling people, in a prepper closet, they need to make tinctures, they need to make oils, they need to make all this other stuff and add into it. So it is the case. And another big issue is the physical issue of things. How healthy are you in a physical capacity? How many miles a day would you be able to walk with a loaded backpack? I seen a guy down in Tennessee that would put rocks in his backpack and run. This guy was wiry, but he would put rocks in his backpack and he would run with it on his back.
Actually, I can give some great examples, though, because I've done it. When I first started hiking, I loaded down my clothes and everything, and oh my God, once it got wet, it was horrible. So I was carrying, at least 100 pounds worth of gear. And it took me a little bit of time, and the longer I did it, I realized I don't need all this crap. And then I've gotten to the point, before where I wanted a bunch of gear, and most of the gear that I was using, I'd end up chunking it, because I'm like, well, this serves really no actual purpose or function. Like for instance, like a little propane tank. Okay, those are nice to have, but that's weight. You gotta think about weight. And I've traveled with kids that wanted to, that carried everything with them, and our traveling become. It hindered us big time because of all the breaks and this and that. And you got to look at your physical well-being too when you're doing that.
And that physical aspect is it that I've had injuries. You've had injuries. My son's been ran over by a tractor. He has
hit by a full-size truck.
Son, can you put your pants leg up? Let's show him that scar.
Yeah.
Here.
I'll
do it. Okay. I want to show you this. You see this scar here? He was hit.
That's the main scar.
Yeah.
That's the secondary.
You see this, and this man still gets out.
They told me I'd never be able to do that ever again. I could never stand more than an hour at a time before I need a break, or walk more than 2 or 3 miles at a time before I need a break. And since then, I've actually pushed harder than I have ever had in my entire life. Yeah, that's where when I put in about 40,000 miles in my entire life. This is from hiking, bicycle. I've even skateboarded across country. Greyhounded, plane, boats, almost in every way that you could possibly think of. And I did it I did everything 10 times harder than before this accident.
So that's what we're trying to tell you. You're only as good as you are the last time you practice. I was told at the age of 17, I would be in a wheelchair by the time I was 25.
Yeah,
so we're switching around, folks. We're switching around. But the fact is, because I was told at the age of 17 I've been in a wheelchair by the time I was 25, I proved them wrong time and time again. Was I close to it? Yes. Was I using walking sticks? Yes. Was I to the point I was bedridden? Yes. But you know what? I sat there and said, God, I'm leaving it in your hands. I would put ankle weights on. I would get out and walk. I was limping so bad. I was in so much pain. But fighter, I am. My son's a fighter. We're survivors. You've got to be that. You can sit on that couch all day long and watch Dual Survivor, Man versus Wild, and Man and Woman, and all this how to do stuff on YouTube.
Those are the ones that's going to die.
Or you can get off that couch
and survive.
How many of you who are this can even do this?
How many of them can actually see their own peckers?
A year ago, I would have not been able to do that. Does it hurt still? Yes, it hurts. But you know what? I can do it. Even doing simple stretches in a sit down, even if you're physically unable to walk, you can still use your upper body to build strength in. You can redesign your wheelchair to be lighter weight. Well, shoot far, if you wanted to, you can design it and put you a couple of horse of a dogs on that wheelchair, and they can pull you in an shtf situation and get you to somewhere. The thing is that you can turn your limits, your disabilities, into a practice.
Yeah, when you talking about what's his name, Jensen, the dude that turned himself into a woman back when he was doing that track running.
Oh, Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, that's it, Jenner.
And then the guy that was second up, he went to the military. He come back with an arm amputated and a leg amputated. Do you know this guy is a buff daddy? He is muscle toned. He gets in competitions. He does Ironman competitions.
Actually, you can find that. I don't remember his name, but you can see. You find him on YouTube.
But the fact is that he did not let what happened to him hold him back. So he kept practicing, basically. He kept doing, basically. Am I ever going to be back to a size 9 or 10? I very much doubt it. My metabolism is extremely slow. I do good to lose a pound, maybe a pound and a half a month. But I have started doing my free weights again when I sit and watch TV. Nothing more than if I'm doing arm curls or raising up, I'm working to build strength with what I've got. And in the same way it's using self-defense, carrying your backpack, getting out and walking, getting off of that couch and cutting that YouTube off for a bit, or cutting that whatever Dual Survival show or whatever other show you've done watched 15 times over, and practice how to do these.
You know, talking about that, I got a buddy of mine named Levi. He when I first met him, he was 18 years old, and he was about 350 pounds. Of course, he got really interested in my life and think about the things that I do, and he really wanted to start doing all that. And within the past few years, that kid, he's almost 23 now. He has lost almost 150 pounds by doing it. That means he actually got off the couch. It means he actually started doing something. He wasn't fat and lazy. I'm sorry, you fat and lazy people that never do anything, you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. You're gonna be somebody's dinner.
Oh yeah, I might even eat you. That meat could be tender.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. You're fat. I can cook it up, turn it into oil. I can turn it into making my soaps. So, yep. If you're laying there and you're dead, and I need your fat to make oils with, or soaps or something with, yeah, I probably would. And
people like me, I will leave you behind. And I have left people behind that wanted to go with me that were just lazy, and I will leave you. So I'm not going to put myself in that kind of risk. I mean, if you're trying, that's one thing. But if you're just disgustingly lazy, I will leave you. And it's like, and I promise you, if you don't adapt, you will die.
And my goal is hopefully within a year, I hope to be a lot stronger. I hope to be more agile. I'm trying to build the strength up. My goal is on my 59th birthday within that area. I've already picked out a trail I want to go on. It's a 342-mile trail.
Yeah, and here in a couple of days, you're going to be officially old? Older than the old you were before?
Well, you ain't far behind.
I'm not even middle-aged yet, so I'm good.
Yep. But you know, my son and I was talking about it too, because he never could understand why I had a lot of younger people around me. The fact is, when I was my son's age at 35, I was still very, very active, going caving, doing other things. And most people my age at 35 couldn't get off the couch. They did not want to do the things I wanted to do.
A mile? Walk a mile? That's far. If you think walking a mile's far, you are definitely lazy, and I'm going to leave you to die. Matter of fact, I'm going to take all your shit. I mean, all your crap. I'm going to take your crap because you're that lazy. I'm going to use it and leave you go ahead and die because you're going to die anyways.
So basically, you need to practice. If you want to learn how to throw a knife, you need to learn how to throw a knife.
I can actually throw a tomahawk.
You want to learn how to throw a tomahawk? You learn how to throw a tomahawk. You want to learn how to use whips? You want to get back in shape. And I'm not telling you to go and starve yourself to death. I'm not telling you to lose 500 pounds. I'm telling you to take care of yourself in a better situation.
But it is okay to miss a few meals. You won't die from that.
No, but the thing is just changing around and getting off of that couch. Cut that TV off. Cut all those educational things off that you don't probably can quote it word for word, and get out there and practice it. Do it yourself. Try it. Get out there and put that backpack on. Even if you just take a small backpack and you add a few weights and you start walking every day. Get off from work. Go walk it when you get off from work 2 or 3 times a week. Start to exercise some. Change some of your eating habits. I'm not telling you got to give up chips. I want to tell you, I gave up. I love chips. But I gave up, and I still eat them some. But I want to cut this on short because it's getting a little long-winded. Like we said, you're only as good as you was the last time you practiced it. So keep practicing and try. Be safe, be happy. Bless you all.